Hey guys, how's it going? It's Ryan Boundless here. One of my viewers, his name's Eric. He's come to Japan for a while. He's doing an awesome trip here. On part of his trip, he's bicycling on a mamachari. A mamachari is the kind of bicycles they use here. Um, he's bicycling from Aomori, which is the top of Japan, right below Hokkaido. It's the top of the main part of Japan, all the way from there, all the way down to Tokyo. Uh, the reason I wanted to put this video up, I asked him to make a little audio recording and give me some pictures, and I told him I'd put together a video for him. It just brings out the wanderlust in me. It's like I live here in Japan, my everyday life, working, going through all this bullshit, but I think it's a cool place to travel in. He brings out the wandering, voyaging spirit in me, so I want to share his adventure with all of you guys. So let's listen to what Eric has to say and see some of his awesome pictures.
Oh, hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Eric. I am currently in Kitakami, Iwate Prefecture, standing outside the Comfort Hotel next to the train station. I'm underneath a little cover. We got some rain here right now. Standing by my bicycle. I had to get outside and get away from my traveling companion just because I need a little bit of time to myself to record this. So, I reached out to Ryan Boundless, and he offered to take an audio clip that I sent him with some photos and edit together a little video about my trip so far. And without going into crazy detail and telling you my life story, just give you a little bit of background about myself. I am 36 years old. I live just outside of Billings, Montana, in a town called Shepherd, Montana. It's just northeast of Billings. Got a little 5-acre plot out there where I have a little garden. I run a small business. I work for myself, doing computer repair and consulting services for people who can't afford to take their shit to Best Buy or Geek Squad or whatever. I try to offer low price services for people who are on a budget. I picked myself up a GoPro. I'm running with 2 Androids, 8 megapixel cameras. I'm running with like a Samsung handheld, DSLR, nothing fancy. And then we've got a couple of recording devices. I'm recording this on SoundCloud right now, SoundCloud app on the phone. And so I had 6 weeks. We flew out of Billings on July 7th, which is actually 8th here in Japan, the time traveling thing. And so I had about 6 weeks to learn as much as possible about Japan before I left. I feel like I kind of have a little bit of a connection here to Japan in that in 2011, when the tsunami hit Tohoku region, my girlfriend at the time was battling stage 4 ovarian cancer, and she died that summer. And ever since then, I've kind of just been alone, and I kind of cut off a lot of my friends because they were, screwing up their lives, and I just didn't want to be around that anymore. I'm too old for it. So I had 6 weeks from May to learn as much about Japan as possible, and I busted my ass, man. I've been studying every day. We are bicycling from Aomori to Tokyo, but we're not using road bikes. We're using mamachari, which are like the grandpa's guitar of bicycles. They're supposed to be like, I guess, the family grocery getters here. Basket on the front, rack on the back. In America, they're basically like almost considered like a girl's bike, but here they're very popular. Everybody's got one. And so we're doing things the hard way. We had his bike shipped up to Aomori, then we took the Shinkansen from Tokyo to Aomori, and then I bought my bicycle there. I'm rocking a 6-speed, he's rocking a 3-speed. This is his 3rd time doing this trip, and this is my first time in Japan. So we started in Gonohe, which is just west of Hachinohe. Um, Stayed in Ryokan there for a day or two, no, 2 days, and then started our bicycle trip. And just to let you know, like my physical condition, I smoke a pack of cigarettes every 2 days. I've been sitting behind a computer for the last 4 years, depressed because my girlfriend's dead and all my friends junkies, and I'm like one of the few who managed to survive all the bullshit that goes on in American culture these days. So, I sit at home, I play on my computer, on YouTube, you'll see I play video games. That was why I set up my YouTube channel, was I just wanted to post my video games. I play a Japanese game actually called Dark Souls. It's a FromSoft, Namco Bandai game, and I play that a lot. And that's why I set up my YouTube channel. I just never really got around to uploading any of my video. So, back to the point. Gonohe, we started our trip, would have been 4 days ago. We went from Gonohe to Ninohe on day one, and that was probably some of the toughest stuff so far because, like I said, I've been kind of living a sedentary lifestyle. Sitting behind my computer. I'm a skinny guy. I'm like 132 pounds, maybe 5'11", 6 foot, something like that. Kind of skinny. The only exercise I really get is going out to my garden and pulling weeds and, walking up and down the stairs to go smoke cigarettes. So, yeah, and that's been my lifestyle for like the last couple of years, fixing computers and whatever. I don't really need to do a whole lot of physical activity. So I literally have not ridden a bicycle since 2007, and I just decided to come across the ocean here and fucking jump on this bicycle and ride across the country. So, okay, we started in Gonohe, and at first it was pretty alright. We started off our trip, and it was kind of all downhill. And then about a half hour, 45 minutes later, we were pushing the bicycles uphill for what seemed like about a half an hour or more, and my ankles and my legs are fucking killing me, man. And we got to Ninohe, and I was sore. I'm still sore. It's 4 or 5 days later here, and I'm still feeling the pain, but every day is legs day. You guys who exercise know what I'm talking about. So from Ninohe, we went from there to Ichinohe and just blew right through it, and made it to Morioka. In Morioka, we stopped. We were planning on stopping in Iwatecho, which is like just north of there. Watemachi, it's like just north of Morioka, but we missed our turn, and we just kept following the 4. That's like the whole plan for this bike trip, is we're just gonna follow the 4 all the way from Aomori to Tokyo. It's like the longest road in Japan or whatever. We got to Morioka, and that was like 90 kilometers or something like that one day, and my God, my legs are killing me, man. My quads, my calves, my ankles, my glutes, my hip flexors, my groin. Sitting on the seat is not comfortable. I'm carrying a backpack full of clothes and laptop and all this camera equipment, and yeah, it's a pain in the butt. But from Morioka, we ended up in a real fortunate situation. We met a man named Naoki. He runs a shop there called Montana Motorcycles, and he was really, really awesome. He closed down his shop for the day and gave us a ride from Morioka to Miyako, and then down to Yamada. And that was a pretty crazy experience. Like I said, I lost my girlfriend in 2011, shortly after the tsunami hit here. And so I kind of feel like there's like some sort of a little connection there with what happened back then. That was like a big topic of conversation between us before she passed away. It was like a real big deal. We talked about that pretty frequently. And how sad that whole situation was, and so I've kind of carried that with me ever since. And so my job on this trip is basically to film, take pictures, stand there, smile and nod, and pretend that I understand when people are speaking Japanese to me, because that's very much what's happening. But I'm doing my best. I think I know about 50 words. I don't know enough to be able to string together more than a couple of sentences in Japanese, but I'm trying. I can pick out a few words here or there, and I'm using my stupid phone application to do my translations when I have to, one word at a time, because I can't put together sentences. I don't know the markers and, understand the difference between polite and casual and, all that nonsense. But I'm trying, and I've been accepted so far by everybody that we've met, so I'm really, really grateful for that, because I haven't been treated poorly at all. In fact, it's been quite the opposite. I've been treated quite well. So today, we rode from Morioka to Kitakami, and tomorrow we are heading from here to Ichinoseki, where we'll spend 2 days. Sorry, that's a bus or something. We'll spend 2 days there. Tomorrow night we'll camp out, and then the next day we're going to get on the bus over to Rikazen Takata and Kesanuma and get some more video. As I understand it, about 75% of the population there is just gone. They haven't bothered to rebuild or anything, so it's basically like almost a deserted area. We're kind of hoping to maybe go and just do like a little sightseeing or something like that. I'd like to be able to talk to some people if we can, but I understand that it's sort of a difficult situation, and I don't want to burden anybody with my bullshit either. So that's the plan for now. After we do that, we'll take the bus back to Ichinoseki, spend that night, and then the next morning get on and ride. And the idea is to go from there down to Sendai to Fukushima. We'll spend another day in Fukushima, hopefully talking to people about, what their situation's been like since the whole nuclear plant accident thing over there, where, that's a real sad deal too. Hopefully try some of the local food, talk to some people, just see how things are. That's kind of the whole point of the trip. But once we leave Fukushima, we're probably going to be pushing pretty hard, because we want to get back to Tokyo by August 4th. And then from there, we're going to either fly or train it over to Shinkansen, over to Hiroshima, and check out the memorial on August 6th. We'd like to be there the morning of, because as I understand it, technically the moment it happened was like 8:16 a.m. August 6th, 1945 is when the Americans dropped the fucking atomic bomb. And I'd like to be there if I can, and it's only one opportunity for me to be there at the 70th memorial or whatever. So that's that. After that, we're planning on training it over to Nagasaki, and then from Nagasaki, we're gonna kind of go a little crazy, and we're parking the bikes. We're gonna try and hitchhike around Kyushu, Shikoku, and then come back up into Osaka, Kyoto, hit the whole quote-unquote golden route, maybe do some camping up around Fuji, back to Tokyo, and if we have any time left before I fly out the second week of September, we'd like to get up to Nagano, Chikuma, Takasaki. We got a friend up there who runs a ryokan, and we'd like to be able to hang out with him for a little bit. So I want to just say I really appreciate Ryan taking time out of his schedule to take what I'm sending here in audio form and pictures and put this together into a video for me. I know that it's a lot of work. I've been doing this for my friend because I've had to deal with the same thing back in the States, putting together videos for him. So I really appreciate this, Ryan. Thank you very much, man. And I hope you guys will be interested in seeing what I'm shooting here when I get a chance to upload. It's been a pleasure to be here so far, and I haven't had to experience too much of the bullshit, but I know it's here, and I'll have to deal with it at some point. But I'm trying not to be too negative about it right now. So just enjoy the time that I have here, and hopefully I'll be able to come back again in the future, because everything that I've seen so far and everything I've experienced has been pretty fucking awesome. So thanks again, Ryan, and hopefully I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.